Fala galera, sejam bem-vindos ao MT Cast Especial, diretamente de Fortaleza. Estamos aqui no Flow, no restaurante Flow. Vou deixar o endereço aqui na descrição para vocês. Agradecer também ao nosso patrocinador, a e a Dux, nossa parceira de sempre. E our first guest today, the first one and the first in, already in English, Ellie Salthouse. How are you doing, Ellie?
Hello, well thank you. Sorry about my Portuguese.
Yesterday you were asking for shade and no sun, por favor. And
Yeah.
That's all the Portuguese I have.
That's all I know, only because it's the same as Spanish and I know a little bit of Spanish.
And how has been your trip so far?
Great, yeah, it's my first time to Brazil.
Oh.
We're really enjoying it so far. The weather is hot, but just like Australian summer, so where we're from, so we're used to that. But coming from the American, I guess, autumn, it's been a little aggressive, but yeah, it's nice and the beach here is beautiful, so we're enjoying ourselves.
When did you arrive?
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Was it hard to
It took us probably 2 days to really get used to like the heat and humidity, and now I feel like we're acclimated a little better, so I feel like we're on the schedule and it's not too bad now.
I was checking I had to do my job. I was doing all the search, and you started your season really early on February 5th, if I'm not mistaken, 7.3 Tasmania.
Yes, yeah.
And now we're like in the middle of November, and it's been a long season, right?
Yeah, I mean, being like summer in Australia and then summer in the US and Europe, I kind of race all year round just because like, that's the way it works for me. So I do have like a couple mid-season breaks throughout the year. I had like a trip to Greece earlier in September and 2 weeks kind of break, which was nice. So now I'm like having some back-end races, and I have one more after this race, and then I'll have a couple weeks downtime with my family at home, and I'll race again in February as well, back in Australia. So yeah, I mean, not much rest, but I love it, so it doesn't bother me racing all year.
And what's the next one?
I'm going to race 70.3 Bahrain in December,
Oh, wow.
and then we'll head back to Australia. It's been nearly 8 months away from home, so I'm looking forward to seeing my family and my dogs.
So it's going to be, so you will be racing almost all year long except January. You race.
I'm going to race in January actually, but the National Time Trial Champs down in Ballarat. Yeah, so it's something a bit different.
Okay.
So a little more relaxed for me.
And why did you decide to come to Fortaleza? What was
the big draw card was the Latin American Championship for me. Obviously, I've never been to Brazil before, so I like to race in new destinations. And then, yeah, when it became a championship event, I saw it on the calendar, and yeah, I really wanted to have another great race before I finished up my international campaign.
And what's the expectation for Sunday?
You know, I always race to win. No, I mean, I would love to take a win, but this is going to be really tough conditions out there. So I'm just going to have to take care of myself. I think fueling and hydration is going to be really, really important. So for me, as long as I can keep myself in check, keep on top of all those things, that will be a real win for me. And yeah, the result will take care of itself.
Did you check the bike course?
Yeah, we rode it on Tuesday. It's the road conditions are not the greatest for the first and last 10k, so it's quite bumpy, a lot of holes, so you have to just be really careful through that section. But once you get out kind of into the farmland, out onto the highway section, it's really flat, really fast, a really strong tailwind one direction and a really strong headwind the other direction. Someone was telling me yesterday it's like 20.5 miles per hour headwind or something like that. So I think it's going to be a tough day, but actually the headwind gives you a little bit of reprieve from the intense heat. So it's actually going to be quite nice, I think, once you make that U-turn. So I'm looking forward to it.
Do you like tough races?
I do, yeah. I really like tough conditions because I think half the field is already defeated before you even start.
So it's a good. You choose well.
Yeah, I always choose the hot races. For me, I don't love racing in the cold, so conditions like this are better for me than the cold.
Did you know that they have like the full Ironman here?
I heard yesterday. I got told that I don't think I'd want to be out there for like 8 or 9 hours.
Are we allowed to speak about full Ironman? Not yet.
We can speak about it, but
You heard something about it.
Yeah.
I saw
will
your
not
magazine.
be doing one if that's what you're asking me.
I'm trying since 2021 to ask her to have these answers. So.
He's trying to convince me. Maybe next year the long course world champs if it works in with the schedule, which is kind of an in-between distance. So maybe that will be like a good initiation to the long course. See if I like it.
She's gonna make it. She's gonna get it.
I'm gonna do like a small step at a time.
She's tasting it.
Yeah.
She's gonna, and then for us, it was really awesome when we got the Latin America championship because we knew like foreign athletes would be here and the show would be greater. So it's really nice when I saw you coming and I emailed you like, are you really coming?
Yeah.
People were excited. I heard about people asking for your tri-suit.
Yeah.
Michele, my friend.
Michele, yeah.
She asked me before like, please call her. I need her tri-suit. And I said, Michele, I don't have that much intimacy. I cannot ask her for that.
I mean, I would have brought an extra one for her if I had have known before we left, but unfortunately I only brought one tri-suit with me, otherwise, one of us is going to be racing naked. It might be a good cooling strategy, but who knows.
Awesome, Ellie. Really nice to have you here in Brazil. The race is going to be amazing with you at the field, and I hope you have a great race.
Thank you.
And come back more times in Brazil, like for vacation times. Not
Yeah, I will. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it. Actually, we're staying 2 hours away on Monday and Tuesday, so I think we're having a little vacation after this at the beach.
Okay. Do you want to try your Portuguese with the Brazilian fans?
Obrigado.
That's it. Isso aí, galera. Esse foi o MT Cast Especial com Ellie Salthouse. Valeu.
Bye.